The CR.105 is a low-tier interceptor based heavily on the real-life Avro Canada CF-105 Arrow, or the Avro Arrow as it was commonly called. It is currently the oldest plane in the game and the only second-generation fighter as well. The only reason this plane exists is because of its mythical status in Canada, as well as Ace Combat Fan, a Canadian citizen, threw away $1,000 into the game's Kickstarter in order to get it into the game. As of now, the Arrow has made no notable appearances in popular media except for a few shows in Canada. In fact, this is the only non-trainer plane in-game that has no known enemies in-game. Not even in Conquest mode. As a Canadian myself, I will go over a brief history of the Arrow. The plane was designed to intercept supersonic long-range strategic bombers flying over the Arctic from the Soviet Union. With the advent of ICBMs, the role of the interceptor became obsolete and the Arrow became more costly. As it became apparent that the plane was draining a lot of money, the government ordered it cancelled and destroyed all evidence of the prototypes that were built to prevent Soviet spies from capturing the tech. As a result, Avro Canada became bankrupt, was shut down, and the result was the downfall of the Canadian aerospace industry and the rise of poor military procurement that persists to the present day. In my headcanon, as well as many other Arrow-loving conspiracy theorists, one Avro Arrow managed to escape destruction and was kept hidden away in a barn in Saskatchewan. It was left there for many years and was forgotten. Somehow, this plane managed to survive through the Calamity in somewhat workable conditions until one day, Monarch and Prez stumbled across it while playing Forza Horizon 69. After fixing it up, the now renamed CR.105 is a bit different from the real-life Arrow that we know it as. It now has a gun and external pylons. Weapons that the original never had. Also, the cockpit has the worst visibility of all planes, but we'll go over performance next. Because the plane is designed as a supersonic interceptor, it goes very fast and is second to the MG-31 in terms of speed if you exclude the Project Wingman Mark I. However, it does have better acceleration than the MG-31. But since it goes fast, it ends up being very unmaneuverable, has less response time than the SK-25 and is overall enormous in size. This makes it the largest flyable plane in the game. To play it right, it is preferred you use it at medium to high altitudes and perform boom and zoom tactics against your enemies. Make sure you use long-range standoff weapons as much as possible and avoid turn fights. You have MLAA and SAA at your disposal in all slots. My preferred method is 2 SAA and 4 MLAA for optimal loadout. If for whatever reason you have ground targets, load 1 or 2 of your slots with bombs and pretend to be a strategic bomber due to your large size. This is not ideal as there are other planes out there that can fulfill that role better. Use your standard missiles and guns whenever they seem most convenient for you. As for being defensive, it is possible to outrun missiles due to your high speed, but it may be difficult to outturn them sometimes. So that's when our sponsor, the flares, come in handy. Use them whenever you think you can't escape a missile in time and you'll never be hit. As for playing in Conquest mode, you'll get access to the Mark II variant of the plane, which has much better acceleration, maneuverability and response compared to the base model. It is even good enough to compete with the MG-31 in this regard. For weapons, its gun is replaced with the heavy gun pod, access to the MLAG and the triplet unguided small bombs. It also has access to the nuke just like it could have had in real life, but instead of it being a rocket, it's just a free fall bomb. Now that I think about it, maybe the reason why Canada cancelled this plane was because everyone feared they would commit a new kind of war crime with it. Now we'll go on to skins. There are 4 available options that you can choose. Skin 1 is the Monarch skin in light grey and red edges. Skin 2 is the Federation skin in blue and white camo. For skin 3, it is plain white with Cascadian markings. As for skin 4, it also belongs to Monarch, but it looks like how the actual Avro Arrow looked in real life. You can also go online to use a skin mod, but I can only find one skin. If you know how to make skins, this does not affect you, but please share some of those skins to me. Well, that is it for this video. I hope you know the ins and outs of the arrow, understand the history and realize the underrated potential it can do in game. So go out there, expand the Geneva suggestions, chug some maple syrup, and go commit medical assistance and offer universal healthcare in the form of MAID upon your foes. I felt like adding more Canadian stereotypes, but I didn't want to overdo it. How polite of me. Anyways, we are nearly done with the how-to videos, so I thank you for watching. Please leave a like, comment and subscribe if you haven't done so already, and I'll see you in the final one.